Hello, everybody. This is Charles Kuck. It's great to be with you today on our Facebook Live. We thank you for tuning in. We're going to be talking today about what's going on, but I'm going to do it in English and in Spanish so that make sure all of our listeners can participate. Buenos días, soy el abogado Charles Kuck. Un placer de estar aquí con ustedes hoy día. Gracias por participar en este Facebook Live y, por supuesto, por mandarme sus preguntas de inmigración. Hoy día vamos a hacer esto en inglés y en español. Contestaré las preguntas en los dos y trataré de explicar todo lo que estoy diciendo en los dos idiomas. Y empiezo primero con inglés. It's great to be with you all. I want to give you an update about what's going on in a couple of the big cases. First of all, in the Ocker case, this Ocker is the Diversity Lottery 2020 case. We have just filed a request for the court for a hearing, at least a conference call, so we can talk about the problem of visas expiring. Now, for some of our clients, their visas, at least I think 8 of them, in all the Gomez cases. So in Mohammed Fangjang, as well as in the Gomez and Ocker cases, I think we've got at least 8 people, if not more, whose visas have expired under the DV2020. The court, and when the court ruled on this wasn't an issue because it hadn't happened yet, and now it's an issue. And as we've told everybody all along, we're going to be doing this for free as part of protecting everybody under DV 2020. We haven't heard back yet from the court, and as soon as we do, we'll let you know about what we're going to do on that. But should Biden not cancel the travel bans, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the broadcast here, we will, of course, be fighting to make sure those visas are reissued. The Department of State is taking the position they will not reissue the visas. They say they legally can't, which is not true, but that's the position they're taking. So we'll be fighting on that. So that's an update there. On Annunciato, this is the family cases, the employment cases, and DV 2021. Late last night, I got an email from the court that said the government had filed a request to move the hearing date currently set for our class certification on our preliminary injunction for next Friday, 2 weeks later, because of a recent Ninth Circuit case, which doesn't apply to our case because it's not even precedent yet. And more importantly, because we want to see what Biden will do. Both of those are irrelevant at this point. It is part of our application because it doesn't matter if Biden just lifts the ban. We need to extend the time to make sure everybody gets their visas and save these visas. So we got that last night. We have just filed our response. That now it's an easy response because their request was only a paragraph long. You can catch it on the Twitter machine if you'd like. If you go over to my Twitter handle, you can see the link there that I put up for the response. And we'll see what the judge does. Judge Boasberg generally very quick. Judge Seaborg is generally very quick on ruling on stuff. At least he has been so far in our case. So we'll see what he does. Lo que hablé primeramente en el caso del sorteo de 2020, estamos pidiendo una audiencia con el juez para hablar y luchar para la extensión de las visas por los que han expirado y, por supuesto, por los que van a expirar si Biden no se cancela el ban. En el otro caso, la de F2A, F3, F1, las visas de familia por Annunciato y el sorteo de 2021, el gobierno quiso empujar la audiencia 2 semanas en el futuro y anoche y hoy día respondimos inmediatamente que eso no es aceptable a nosotros. Y les vamos a informar lo que pasará con esto yendo adelante. Let's talk about what else is going to go on here. We know the Department of Labor, our lawsuit, the Purdue University lawsuit, is still pending. We will likely be amending our lawsuit to attack the new rules on the wages, which still violate the law. There's that. And our lawsuit as well on Milligan. We have a hearing tomorrow with the judge. We're going to have a Facebook Live tomorrow at probably noon. It just depends on when the hearing gets done. We'll go right to the Facebook Live after the hearing. And Greg just sent out to everybody by email. That's in the Milligan / rest of the amended additional plaintiffs. Just sent out an email that you can listen in to that hearing / conference call with the judge. We hope he's going to rule tomorrow on this. Our reply is being filed shortly. It's done. It's really good, by the way. It's a really good reply. But their response, they're just so that you know, their opposition to adding plaintiffs was junk. It talked about stuff that was not relevant. It was like more argument from them about why they justify their position, which is not a valid basis on adding additional plaintiffs. So hopefully by tomorrow we'll hear from the judge on that, and we can announce that as well. And then I'm trying to think what other lawsuits we have. But with so many cases pending, it's kind of crazy. La otra cosa que quise hablar en el Departamento de Labor ya está yendo adelante con su caso del alto salario por los con las visas H1B y el Green Card. Tenemos litigación sobre esto, sobre lo anterior. Vamos a añadir a nuestra litigación una queja por esto. Y también por los fiancé, por los novios en la litigación de Milligan. Tendremos audiencia mañana a las 11, que está en vivo. Pueden oír, ya los plaintiffs han recibido un email de nosotros. Y además vamos a tener un Facebook Live mañana al mediodía con un grupo de abogados hablando de esto. Now, when I put this up on the Twitter machine, I also announced that we would be answering questions, and of course, people ask questions on the Twitter machine, and they also ask questions here. So we're going to be answering those. But I did also want to talk just briefly. This is like, what would Jesus do? WWJD, get the little bracelet. Most of you maybe don't remember that. And maybe you had to be in America for that. But you'll be here soon, so you'll be able to learn all about WWJD. This is really WWBD. What will Biden do? So here's what we know so far. These are his promises. Esas son las promesas de Biden en cuanto a inmigración. Ok, primero, es la primera. Inmediatamente, o sea, el próximo miércoles, ya somos menos de una semana, porque en una semana, a mediodía, el miércoles, está jurado Biden y vicepresidente Harris para su oficina como liderazgo de los Estados Unidos. La primera cosa que Biden dijo que va a hacer es probablemente en la tarde, mismo día. Él va a ir al escritorio y firmar. Ya serán escritos, listo para ir adelante. Va a eliminar, reversar las políticas de Trump en cuanto a la separación de padres y niños en la frontera. Chévere, nunca más lo vamos a separar. 1, 2. Va a terminar las políticas de Trump en asilo. Eso quiere decir que los oficiales de la migra hacen las entrevistas por miedo creíble. Hay un montón de política. Y la buena noticia es que un corte anteayer terminó a una propuesta de asilo, la política de asilo por Trump también, que iba a terminar asilo básicamente. Biden dijo que va a terminar la detención de gente prolongada, especialmente por los que no tienen crímenes. Él dijo que va a reversar la regla de carga pública, que ahorita está en efecto, pero está en efecto porque el Corte Supremo lo ha dicho que está en efecto, mientras que está litigando el caso abajo, y es bien, y cuando cambien de abogados, pueden decir, ya no luchamos esto, queremos cancelarlo, y la cancelan. Van a cancelar la edificación, la construcción del murazo trompazo. Ese es murazo trompazo. Él va a extender la DACA. Now, esa es la cosa interesante de la DACA. Okay? Va a extender la DACA, pero yo creo, es la predicción de Chuck, va a aumentar DACA. Va a ser más amplia, más recién de entrada, más fácil, es lo que creo. Por supuesto, va a cancelar las prohibiciones de Muslim, ¿ok? Cancelarlos. No sé qué pasará con los que han sido cancelados de visa en el pasado, pero eso en el futuro va a cancelarlo. Próximo, va a aumentar TPS y restaurarlo a todos, y tal vez aumentarlo a más. Por supuesto, él dijo que la primera semana va a introducir legislación para una vía adelante por los 10 millones de indocumentados, que será como 8 años de empiezo hasta la ciudadanía si lo quiere. va a aumentar la gente trabajando con inmigración para empujar ciudadanía por los con aplicaciones pendientes. Va a eliminar prohibiciones por la reunificación de familias, o sea, la ley de 10 años, la de prohibición, la ley permanente de prohibición. Y además va a eliminar disabilidad permanente si hay violaciones de inmigración. Él va a eliminar los cárceles por ganancia, la cooperación con ciudades y estados por detención de inmigrantes. Él va a garantizar que todos tienen abogado. Van a arreglar la corte de inmigración. Hay un montón de cosas que él va a hacer. So let's talk about what Biden will do. What will Jesus do? What will Biden do? Well, here's what we know he will do. He said he will immediately reverse the separation of children and parents at the border. That's a no-brainer. That happens immediately. He's going to end Trump's asylum policies. He's basically what Trump has stopped asylum. He's going to eliminate that. That will take him a little bit longer, not going to be a first day thing. And fortunately, one court has just stopped Trump's proposed rules. He's going to stop lengthy detention for immigration issues, unless I think there's serious criminal issues. He's going to reverse the public charge rule, which is currently in effect in the United States, but not at consulates. And that actually shouldn't be that hard. That's where his new lawyers go to the court that's currently hearing it and say, Judge, we no longer oppose this challenge. We ask the court to enter a final order. And they do. He is going to, first day, is going to not only extend DACA, but Chuck's prediction. Now, this is Chuck's prediction. So it may or may not happen. It's my prediction. I think that he will expand DACA. I think it will have a later entry date, not 2007, but later. I think more people will qualify for it. I think perhaps children of people who are aging out will qualify for it. Let's say they're waiting for their green cards because of the bars. All of that's possible, and I think completely appropriate for dreamers from the president's point of view. He immediately will cancel the Muslim bans. All these declarations that say people from Muslim countries can enter, particularly Iran, Yemen, and others. Now, what I don't know, because people kept asking me this, I don't know if he will then say that anybody who was issued a visa that was banned over the last 4 years can now go and get their visas reissued. That would be an appropriate executive order and clearly within his authority. I just don't know if he will do it. So you don't need to keep asking me about it. That's what I think will happen. A little thirsty today. Next, he will immediately reinstate all the TPSs that Trump has kind of quasi-canceled so you can get your work cards again. And he may augment GPS, especially for the recent hurricanes in Central America. He is going to then, as Vice President-elect Harris said yesterday, he's going to extend a bill to Congress. He's going to send a bill to Congress that does the following. One, a path to citizenship, we could call it legality, for the 10.5 million people that are undocumented. This will be a path that will be 8 years long, not 13 years long. It will not be as obtrusive, as horrible, as difficult as what they proposed back in 2013. And I think there's an excellent chance that it would pass. He has promised to clear the backlog on naturalization applications, and he better well clear it on everything else. That we're waiting 4 months for receipts is a joke at USCIS, a joke. He is going to make sure that people can reunite with their families. He's going to, and this is one thing I like, they're going to scale civil consequence immigration violations so that if you have an immigration violation, it's not a permanent bar. It's not forever. You can't come in. So we need to get rid of the 3 and 10 year bars. We need to maybe put them back to the 1 year bar that used to be. The permanent bar needs to go away. We can fix so much with that. He's going to end for-profit immigration. If you own stock in Core Civic, you better sell it now, baby, because those guys are gone. He's going to make sure everybody in deportation proceedings gets a lawyer. That's awesome. Free lawyer. Well, if you can't afford one, it'll be like the federal government stuff. And you'll get what you pay for, of course. He's going to create a new immigration court system. What he really needs to do is fire all the immigration judges and then go through an appointment process where they are appointed for staggered terms, not unlike federal magistrates, by the way, maybe in a process handled by the local federal courts, much like magistrates are, to create those courts. That, I think, would be really the best possible solution for that. It's going to stop the building of the wall. That's just stupid. Stop Border Patrol checkpoints inside the United States. Woohoo! He's going to make sure that immigrants are included in healthcare and housing issues. So these are actually really, really good things. We also need to make sure, and this is very, very important. One bill that we need to get introduced and we need to get passed in Congress is to recover all the unused DV2020 visas. We're already working on that legislation. We think we've got a sponsor for that, and we think we can move it forward. 2, we need to make sure, maybe even lift the date by which this 1-year deadline, which all DVs need to be reissued. But more importantly than that is one solution to the backlog problem faced by Mexico, the Philippines, India, and China is to say, instead of increasing the numbers, which Republicans hate, but they don't control Congress anymore, is this. If you're in the United States, if you're on a visa here, you don't count against that cap. So that cap is just for people coming from abroad into the United States. So if you're in the United States, the adjustment of status, which is virtually, I would guess, 95% of the people in the employment-based caps, and probably at least 50% of the people in the family-based caps wouldn't count against the cap, and they could adjust status. Now, I think that is the solution. So there we go. That is, those are Chuck's solutions to your problems. Let's answer some questions. We've got a lot of people watching today and a lot of people listening on our podcast, because this will be put up in our podcast. You can, I don't know if I have the podcast up, but you can listen to the podcast. I wonder if it's there. Where do I put the podcast? Our podcast is the Immigration Hour. So you can go to Stitcher or any other podcast entity and the Immigration Hour. I try to post every week. It's been a bad 5 months. We're going to start posting again regularly every week. But this is going to be posted there. And we are kind of excited about it. Now, let's look at our questions here. We got Dimitri. Dimitri, what plaintiffs get priority in scheduling for the interview for the 9,095 visas that will be allocated when Judge Mehta's final decision comes down for DV 2020? I don't know. You got me? That will be Judge Mehta's call. If you have a suggestion, we're happy to make it to him. We get to do stuff like that in our briefing. By the way, we will also be fighting for more visas. Yes, stop asking me on the Twitter machine, who you fight for? We're not idiots, okay? We get the problem. And frankly, the Department of State's continued bad faith in refusing to issue DV 2021 issues, I think helps us go back to the judge and say, look, Judge, you didn't order them to issue all the visas because you said, well, COVID was stopping them, when in reality, COVID had nothing to do with this. This is them deciding not to issue the visas. Plain and simple, nice and easy, punto. All right? So, yes, we get it. When do you expect Judge Mehta will schedule a status conference for the extend or reissue visas motions? They're not? I don't know. Hopefully soon. He's a busy man. He actually has a big oral argument tomorrow on another immigration case, so probably not this week. If Biden will not lift the ban and people need to reissue visas after 30th of March, will they get visas from the reserve? No, this is not. There's nothing. The reserve visas have nothing to do with the 9095. And Dimitri, I don't think there's any chance under heaven that the judge won't require them to reissue those visas, if necessary. But I also believe that Biden will cancel the travel bans. I believe that. And that will probably happen late January, early February. Trust me, he's getting a lot of pressure on this. All right. In the case of reissue of visas, will the problem with the Schengen ban be solved soon? Yes, I think it will. Okay. All right. Any hit from insiders? Okay, let me call. Don? Yeah, Don. What's going on? You don't know? I don't know either. There you go. The Don told me he doesn't know. All right. Sorry. Can you elaborate on what Greg said regarding inside information that ban inside town, the inside information. Let me call Greg. Greg, what's this deal about inside information? You can't tell me. All right, thanks. It's a secret, apparently. It's no secret. He's clearly considering this, and Trump now announcing that everybody coming here has to get a test, which is interesting because I just had a friend come from Peru, and before they could leave Peru, they had to get a negative test. So most countries are implementing this. It's just the U.S. is behind because Trump. So I think the ban will be lifted in the first week or two, certainly by the middle of February. So most people, I think virtually everybody with DV2020s, you're going to be able to come. So relax, all right? Now, I did have somebody email me today that they had their visa. The original visa didn't expire until May, and they got a new one in September, and they haven't come yet. If you had an original DV 2020 visa that expired after April 23rd, and you got a new one, your butt better be in the United States. You are not barred from coming in. So get on a plane and get here if this applies to you. Danila, what do you think I'm doing? Patrona Rivera, una pregunta. ¿Es verdad? Es verdad que hoy no se paga para el parol de viaje? No, eso no es verdad. He asked, is it true that the advanced parole is free? No, that's not true. Thank you, Ahmad. I always love to see you on our calls here. Hussein, I see now that you're in the United States, you're practicing your Southern. Now, remember, when you're talking to one person, it's like y'all. But when you're talking to multiple people, it's all y'all. So it's hello, all y'all. So that includes the plural. Did you respond to Milligan? And is so, what is our response? Yes, it's being filed right now. Luke's finalizing it. Our response is suck wind, add the plaintiffs. That's basically our response. We'll also post it because there's no confidential information in it. So we'll post it. Buenas tardes, abogado. Un gusto saludarle nuevamente. Soy demandante de la demanda de Kennedy. Quisiéramos saber cómo son los próximos pasos en los próximos meses. ¿Qué posibilidades tenemos una entrevista? Yana, tendrás que hablar con su abogado. No tengo nada que ver con Kennedy. That was a Kennedy plaintiff who paid another lawyer money to join the lawsuit late and wanted to know what their case was about. I said, I don't know. Not my case. Loveless. Hola, abogado. ¿Qué pasa con los que tienen una deportación? ¿En qué ayuda esta administración? No sé. La ley tendría que cambiar para ayudarles con órdenes de deportación. People with deportation orders, how is this new administration going to help them? I don't know. The law has to change. Hello, sir. I got my visa in September thanks to you. Thanks to you for going. I'm also plaintiff in Enunciado. I wondered, can you predict the result of the case for a visa holder and a plaintiff? Can I predict? I can predict it. We're going to win. We wouldn't have filed the lawsuit if we didn't think we were going to win. And you'll be able to come in. That's my prediction. I feel very strongly about that. Thank you. And okay, there you go. Ahmed, if you could go through some EB3 perm case, much appreciated as I'm filing a job ad. Say, remember, I need 60 days before we start filing. I went 40. Not sure. I want to do that in a different broadcast. I also have a YouTube video on that. Just go to my YouTube channel at Kuck Baxter, and there's a YouTube on the EB3 and how it works. All right there. Alexander, maybe Judge Mehta, as he says, does not have authority to cancel, but if other judges have to make an exception in the case of Nam Young, maybe he could also. See, Alexander, the problem is they're in different circuits of the United States. Different circuits have different senior judges. And until the Supreme Court rules and unifies them, they have to follow the rules of their senior judges. So we're in Judge Mehta's circuit, and that's just the way it is. But don't worry, Biden's going to cancel this soon. If Biden does lift the ban, yes, if Biden doesn't lift the ban, we will be adding plaintiffs galore. Trust me on this one. We'll be adding plaintiffs like crazy. Jessica, I kind of gave a DACA update. I think it's going to get bigger. And I have no doubt the DREAM Act is going to pass Congress. It's going to pass. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, let me take a look here at see if Congress has reintroduced H.R. 6. Let's see. I am pretty sure that H.R. 6, which is the DREAM Act, basically, and green cards for TPS people, which are going to happen, has already been introduced. So there you go. I don't know what that means. Zoo hire. So is there a chance for DVD to expire March? Yeah, sure. Maybe I wasn't talking fast enough. And how many times have I answered yes to that question? Yes, 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 yes. I think you're going to be okay. I really do. Just in case, the ban will be lifted this month. I'm going to turn that Do Not Disturb on. Is there a possibility the preview will be there for interview by February? I don't know what expedited your cases you're talking about, Nicole. I'm sorry. More details. Any news on K1 not getting attention? No, Funa Malayo, you're getting plenty of attention. Trust me. Nobody's louder than the Milligan plaintiffs and those that are hopefully so shortly to be plaintiffs. So we already gave an update on that. We've got what kind of plan do you have for visa holders and those who don't enter? Hala, you should be following me if you're not. We are already asking the judge to make sure that those visas are extended. We're waiting too. Is there an order in Docket Bird? There is an order in Docket Bird regarding this. I don't know whether it's the judge's order or reply for the government's request. Honestly, I don't know either. Let's take a look here. See if I can't figure out what it is you're talking about here. Enunciado on January 13th, since I don't memorize the docket sheet. And that's 13, a lot of plaintiffs. January 13th. Order by the judge stipulating extended time to respond. Oh, this gives the government more time to respond. We agreed to them responding to the complaint. That really has nothing to do with the preliminary injunction. So nothing that affects you directly right now. So don't worry about it. Any updates in Ankara? Sierra 1, any updates in Ankara? I don't know what update you're talking about. Sierra 1 is conditional residence. So you got me a little confused. And you keep asking the question. Maybe you should give some context. Jesús, mandé una aplicación de Pro hace 2 meses, no recibí ninguna respuesta. Jesús, son atrasados 2 meses a 3 meses por recibo y típicamente están tomando 4 meses para mandar el parol avanzado. Jesus brings up a really good question. He says, hey, I filed for advanced parole 2 months ago. I don't have anything. Immigration is currently taking 2 to 3 months to give receipts. We have cases from October that we don't have receipts for. Okay. And they're taking about 4 months to issue advanced parole. So that's where you are. Olga, why does it nothing about PP? How can you be sure? Well, Olga, if you're asking if I'm 100% certain that Joe Biden will do the right thing, yes, I am. But I'm not a prophet. And I've been wrong. Ask my wife. I am wrong a lot. But I'm always certain in my wrongness. And she will also tell you that. Have some faith in this president. They'll do the right thing. The bans are garbage. All right. And we may very well win in our Enunciado case, which would clear your way. Anderson Tracy, hello. I meet all the requirements. I have been attending GED class since last August, and my passport expired last year. Yes, if you're in GED classes, Tracy, you're golden, and go get your passport extended. As for DACA. Do you believe that Biden will remove the ban? I already answered that question. Yes, I do. I just don't know exactly when. K1 visa update from Nigeria. From Malayo, I already updated you. Omar keeps asking the same question. What is the reply of Milligan? Yes, didn't I just answer that? The reply of Milligan is stuff it. Give us our plaintiffs. You'll read it shortly. Okay. In fact, let me see if Luke has posted that yet. I don't know how you guys see the docket since the docket is closed. But let me pull up Milligan here and see if he's got it up. I know it's going up shortly because everybody's revised it, finalized it, and touched it. And let's see. This has a lot of plaintiffs in here. Ooh. No easy way to get to it. Yes, the reply has been filed. We will make sure. I will make sure that gets on the Twitter machine, Jess, and I will get Greg to send out a link to that so that you have it in our brief. Let's see. This is Milligan reply, and I'm going to save that on the Dropbox, and then I will update the Dropbox when we're done, Jess. All right. In fact, you know what? I bet you I can put that link right now. I can probably put that right here Jess, and that will make you happy, I bet. So you can read what we wrote. Go to the Dropbox, and I'm going to get the link for the reply. Let's see, copy Dropbox link. And we're going to, so Jess, I'm going to put this right here for you. Look and reply. And here's the link, and you can read it. And let me know what you think. Does that sound good? Hopefully this post is kind of choking on my post right here. Let's see. Omar, you're about to get banned, man. You just got banned for asking the same question 50 times. Sorry, bud. Them's the rules. Why are they playing politics with K1s? That's a great question that we're going to get an answer to eventually. Remember, even after all you guys come in, the case goes forward. And we're going to get discovery. We're going to find out what happened here. And we're going to get the bottom of this. Jessica Tejas already gave you updates. Hey, Charlotte Tate. Any news on Tate? No, Charlotte. I don't know. I'm guessing any day. This just may be a judge who's slow. Some judges are fast. Some judges are slow. He's got everything in his pocket. Maybe he's waiting for Biden to come in. I hope not. But unfortunately, there's no way we can reach out. That's not how this works. DUL, taking a long time to process cases. Any measure can be taken to stop that? DUL, USCS. Yeah, you can sue them individually. So if your case is pending, let's say longer than a year at the USCIS, it could be any case. I would sue them. If they get, trust me, if they get inundated with lawsuits, they will process cases, and they always do. Let's see. Have interviews DV2021, hopefully soon, as soon as we win our case. I wish it will be right there with 95. Yes, I get that. Please document that you see what is questions. All right. George, you can't understand anything. Sikarishvili, I'm sorry. My English and Spanish, that's all I've got. I am a DV2020 winner in Nepal, but her family not received a second letter. What's going to happen to them? I don't know who Mr. Kuck is. Is he a cucumber? I know my name is spelled K-U-C-K. You should learn that if you're going to watch me. It should be right here in the name of the website. I don't know. We'll find out. Betito Galo. Hello, abogado Kuck. My preguntas es que soy casado, pero mi esposa no me quiere pedir porque estamos altamente separados. Ya hizo el primer paso, ya hizo la petición por falta de los demás. ¿Se puede hacer una autopetición? Betito, no, tiene que ser juntos, yendo adelante. Pero si hay abuso en su matrimonio, debes hablar con un abogado. Betito said his wife, he's married and his wife filed for him, but she won't go any further because you're now separated. Can he file for himself? The only time you can do that, move forward by yourself, is if there's abuse in the marriage, and he should talk to a lawyer. Fumalayo, I'm speaking English the whole flipping time, except when I'm speaking Spanish. Alexander, yeah, don't learn my Spanish. Olga, I'm an actor, played with issued visa, everything I hope for. Olga, is your visa expired? If it's expired, you need to email me. All right. Let's see. Do you think 1014? I already answered that. I already did English and Spanish. Tell us honestly, will visa holders... Okay, so I have to ask, do you think I'm lying to you? Would this face lie? My mom loves this face. I would never lie. Let's see. Why can't I speak in universal English? Híjole. You can speak English. Spanish is, English may in fact be the universal language, but we know that God speaks Spanish. I'm just saying. Sabemos que el idioma inglés es lo que hablan todos, pero sabemos que Dios habla español. All right, we are currently in the United States. We randomly accepted DV2021. Currently, we still be able to justify for green card. Yes, I mean, I have filed lottery cases in September for adjustment of status. You just got to make sure you have a lawyer because you need to push that case. Let's see, what other questions? Mr. Kuck, I am your customer. My wife and I started a process on beginning 2019. My last update was to a fingerprint. We updated the case. What am I to do now? Cleaver, you have to wait. Unfortunately, you may have noticed there's a pandemic going on, and immigration is just a lot slower than they normally would be. And frankly, if your case was filed in early 2019 and it's a marriage case, call me and we can sue the government for you. If it's late 2019, then you're probably still within normal processing times. Keep in mind, USCIS is telling people that a marriage-based green card, right now, their normal processing time is 18 to 36 months in Georgia. And that's not normal, and I won't tolerate that, but just understand they think it's normal. All right, Fumalayo, I mean, were you not listening? I thought I answered all these questions. Mi permiso de DACA se vence el mes que viene y ya mandé mi solicitud de renovación en abril. Armando, el año pasado? Man, Armando, tú tienes que llamar a nuestra oficina para ayudarte. Armando filed his DACA extension last April, and he doesn't yet have his new DACA. I told him to call us so we can help with that. Abdelrahim, I'm sorry. Assalamu alaikum. That's all I got, man. I don't speak any other part of Arabic. Let's see. I jumped way ahead here. Let's see. Can you, Mr. Cook, ask judgmental if the visa will expire? Merved, don't you think I already did that? Mm-hmm. Do I understand correctly? Prediction Schengen ban will be lifted. Yes, that is my prediction, Isabel. And I would take that bet, by the way. I would take that bet. My fiance received the 220 to submit form DS 5535 during the K1 list. Hello to be issued. Mimi, that depends on the consulate. Since I don't know what consulate, I can't tell you. I will tell you, generally speaking, that these administrative processing 5535 cases, a week to 8 weeks, generally speaking. We're new in our countries. Please help us all. Yeah, okay. Isabel, ¿qué espera tener de lograr una visa de número alto que tanto retraso del proceso? No, esa es una buena pregunta, porque una de las cosas que estamos luchando con el juez en enunciado es que todas las visas se han dado, aunque tienen que ir después de septiembre de 2021. This is a great question. I said, what about people that have high numbers? Now, I cannot predict what numbers are going to get a visa. Keep in mind that the Department of State issued 5,525 visas in 3 weeks in September. They also denied 2,000 people during that same time. So, I mean, just because they get you doesn't mean they're going to approve you. And that's why so many more people get notified of winning. I would strongly encourage you to follow Brit Simon on YouTube, or Simon the Brit on YouTube, and DV Lottery. He has the most up-to-date information on SIF. Don't ask me if your visa will be issued if you have a high number. Okay? I don't know. Is it possible to ask the judges? Cyrus, what do you think we're doing? All right. Question is, I have 40,000. I don't know the answer to that question. Cleabor, you already answered that question. Please, I do ask all the questions. 22nd January, file day for Nunciado. Well, that's what we're waiting. I explained that. Go back to the beginning part of the video. K1. What if we're added as plaintiffs and the travel ban is lifted? Will they schedule an interview? We're asking. See, if you're plaintiffs, what we're asking for is, one, for everybody, lift the damn ban. It's illegal. But two, you are a mandamus. I want my interview now. So, yes, that's what we're hoping for, to get your visa issued. ¿Qué pasará con los que estamos esperando el fin para... Ya hablé de esto, Roberto. Vaya al principio del video. Me llegaron la renovación de visa en el 2015. Me dijeron que no podía entrar como turista, pero actualmente soy ciudadana. ¿Alguien tendría problemas al entrar nuevamente? Sí, tendrás problemas de entrar nuevamente porque eso es inelegible por la ESTA si ha sido negado una visa. Will you make another lawsuit if things do not go the right way? Yes, Armand, we will absolutely do that as another lawsuit. Can't I be a plaintiff of 2 different lawsuits for DV2021? No, you cannot. Will you do Telegram canal? It helps us a lot. Unfortunately, with the number of plaintiffs, it's impossible to answer everybody individually. That's why we're representing the group as a whole and doing a class action. We will communicate through emails and through Facebook, because Telegram with individual questions being asked the same thing over and over again, it's just too much of our time when we can't be working on this case and other cases. Can Biden help 2021? Yeah, he could tell Department of State to do their damn job. Let's see. Sayun, is the 22nd of January final day for Nunciado? You already, stop asking the same question. Will the new H-1B lottery rule change impact the upcoming April 1 lottery? No, it will not, because that lottery will be enjoined, will likely be part of the litigation suing on that. It's illegal. All right. So no, it will not be part of the lottery. What are the chances of doing a lottery? I already answered that question. Timeline for Annunciato. I already answered that question. We're winners. Anything more to hope? Yes. Just hold on. We're going to be okay. Mervat, Judge. Yeah, Mervat, you're about to get banned for asking the same question more than once. Okay. You're going to suffer the same fate as the last guy. Mariana Wadenola, got my H1B NIE 2 weeks ago. Thanks. Yay! In 2 ways. My question is, after approval, I-140, do they think that's, well, I-140 is not consular processing. I-140 is immigrant visa. Saying like, oh no, Mariana, you should file for adjustment of status once you get here. Just file for adjustment. Trust me, file for adjustment. Because see, most consulates are every consulate in the world is now backlogged 1 year. So without lawsuits, you're going to year, and you'd be a year, and you're going to get that faster from adjustment of status. But you should talk to your lawyer about that. How long take a new work permit during the pandemic? Well, right now it's taking 4 to 6 months, which is outrageous. What if your passport expires if you test positive, forced to quarantine out of the country? You better pray you don't test positive, is all I can tell you. And so it better not expire. If it expires, you got a big problem. You're not coming back. Kenyeki, Kenny K. Risk of process only mission critical, resume their work after 2 or 3 months. We don't know what's going to happen in that regard, but it's a great question. Untitled, as a DV21 case number is not yet current on visa, but I'm a plaintiff, can the judge give us priority? That's a great question. Son los que tienen números altos, que son litigantes en enunciado, van a ser tratados afuera del orden. Vamos a luchar por esto, porque los plaintiffs son los que tomaron el riesgo de ir adelante con la litigación, pero es el juez que tiene que ordenar esto. All right. And Seaman only answer once. Okay. Mervat, you're about to get banned. Buenas tardes, abogado. ¿Cuánto tarda la apelación? Perdón. Lady está tomando 1 año ahorita, a veces, pero típicamente 6 meses por la 601A, el perdón provisional. Paco Padilla, se tarda mucho tiempo después de que el estado de tu caso dice que ya me programaron la entrevista. Oh, chévere. Felicitaciones. Let's see, where'd I go here? I skipped. It goes fast here. Whoa. Okay. Hello, nice to see you. Own channel on Telegram. Be very communicative with your plaintiffs. Telegram is and I have Telegram, by the way. It's an individual app for individual emails. We just text. We just can't do it. Okay. Can I apply for OPT if file AOS for DV2021? Well, if you haven't filed the AOS, you should file your OPT. If you filed your AOS, basically, you can still file the OPT, but it's kind of a waste of your money because you'll get an EAD as part of the AOS. Okay. Let's see. I cannot predict DV2020 relent as the new government takes over. I don't know what that means. I already gave you my predictions on DV2020. Claudia, if you are one of the 6 people who have contacted us about your case and as original Milligan plaintiffs, then that will come up with the judge. Okay. If you haven't been contacting Jeff, as we've told you to do, then no. So, but if you're one of those 6, absolutely. So as far as we know, there's only 6 Milligan plaintiffs left that don't have visas or appointments. Okay. So if you're an actual original plaintiff and you don't have it, you haven't been paying attention to our emails. And our posts and our Facebook talks. Need to let Jeff Joseph know what's going on. Can we accept English issue? I already answered that. Letty, your husband has good taste. All right. My fiance received 220. Oh yeah, I already answered that question too. Mimi, don't get yourself banned. Buenas tardes. ¿Es posible que se pueden pedir permisos de trabajo antes de los 365 días con esta administración? No, probablemente no. You will not be able to request extended employment permission a year out. That's just never going to happen. Let's see. Diego, what happens if my case is coming up in 1 year? Do we have to restart? Diego, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you referring to 1 year for consular processing? I don't know. You have to be clear or actually call us for an appointment. Now, keep in mind, we are currently doing free consults. Ahorita estamos haciendo consultas gratis, ¿ok? Gratuitas, gratis. Llámanos, o llámanos por la cita. Estamos aquí para allá. We're here. You call for a free consult. We do a free 15-minute consult. If you want to come in and you want a longer consult, that's obviously paid. But call for the free consult. We are happy to give out the information because information is power. All right, Sammy, we're not adding new plaintiffs right now, but if we do, we'll let you know. My husband petitioned for me, and our I-130 has been approved. We're at the waiver process, but I'm disclosing paperwork. My younger parents brought me to, I don't know what that means. You cut off, Anderson Tracy. Gracias por los esfuerzos para ayudar a los ganadores de la lotería de visas. Gracias a ti. Okay. Will Biden help with the fiance visa? I hope so. He doesn't have one. Maybe if somebody was engaged to Hunter. That would be funny. I did not get my question. I mean, issuance of the green cards, if the visa expires, can we use the green cards for entry? You don't get a green card until you enter the country. So they're not going to mail you a green card. You don't activate. Your visa is not complete until you show up at the border. Mexico for a couple months, they brought me back. Yeah, that's a problem, Anderson Tracy. That's a big problem. You should call your lawyer about that. That may subject you to the permanent bar. Can we get DV20? Theodore, we'll be working on it. Link is not working. I don't know what link you're talking about. I'm sorry. Let's say, wow, that jumped all far ahead. Are we going to face the same lawyers in Biden's office? Yes, same lawyers, different boss. They will change their position. It'll be fun to watch. It happened under Trump, and it was not fun. Yes, Mervat, there have, and they're not in D.C., okay? Buenas tardes. ¿Es posible que se pueden pedir permiso de trabajo? No, I already... Miguel, man, you're going to get banned. Te voy a banar. Voy a castigar, man. No hay que hacerlo más de una vez. Spouse sponsored, Florin, by LPR. Can we get temporary driver's license? So, no, you cannot get a temporary driver's license with a receipt notice. You need an employment card to get a driver's license in Georgia. If you must predict the outcome of tomorrow, what is your expectation and when we will get a response? Tomorrow, Imad, as you well know, because you got an email, we will have a call at noon, and then we will tell you the results. But I am not a prophet, so I can't predict the future with any accuracy. I hope he grants the motion, and then you'll be good. All right. Who are the plaintiffs who could be part of? I don't know which lawsuit you're referring to, Ina. Hola, buenos días. ¿Cuánto tiempo sirve un reporte para la visa? Well, no es el reporte. Cualquier momento puede ser lo de 10 años atrás. Pero la policía tiene que firmarlo y muchas agencias no firmarán algo que es más de 4 años atrasado. How long are we looking for AOS ED if we file this summer? Was it, well, again, 15 in Georgia, 15 to 36 months. Other states, it's 10 to 12 months. I think they'll all be a lot shorter. Employment cards are 4 to 6 months right now. Okay. Thank you, FA. Appreciate that. Thank you. And bless my mom and wife. Daniela, ¿cómo pido un perdón? Daniela, pido un perdón por llamar a la oficina para una cita, como dije antes. Hola, ¿cuánto tiempo sirve un reporte? Ya contesté esto, no más de una vez. Do you think family-based category part dates will retrogress once normal issues of visas start due to backlog? No, because they haven't advanced. So no, I don't think they will. If Judge Mehta shows order issues, will be official visas. Georgie, that's a great question. We're going to fight for not having to pay fees again and not having to do medicals because it's not your fault that happened. And it's unfair and cost prohibitive. So we'll be asking for that. Hola, abogado. Levanté un reporte de 2012, acoso sexual. Todavía me sirve para la visa. Beatriz, depende en el condado donde ocurrió esto. If you have a U visa, if you're a victim of a crime, you may qualify for a U visa. It's not how old the crime is. It's the county you live in and whether they will sign for the U visa. Oliver, the embassy made a mistake. I remember my family, 3 of them expire March 13th. One's February 16th. We told them they don't react. Any advice? They will not give you a new visa, Oliver. You should be in touch with the lawyers in the case directly. Nancy, ¿cree que sea más fácil remover el permiso de trabajo para tener hijos? Yes, Nancy, será más fácil. It will be easier to get deferred action under the new administration. ¿Podemos esperar una decisión final sobre el caso de Gómez mañana? No, no es mañana. Mr. Cook, you have a lot of Moroccans following you, so kindly learn about that. You're welcome, my friend. ¿Qué espera usted de la audiencia Gómez para mañana? Nada. Es un argumento nomás. Gómez argument tomorrow is just argument. No decision tomorrow. I am the winner of DV2020. In December, I bought tickets for January 24th. What to do? You should exchange those, Leah, because there's no right for you to enter on 24th. I've always told people, don't get a ticket. But if you really feel compelled to buy a ticket, make sure it's fully refundable. Buenos tardes, abogado. ¿Cuánto tiempo tarda la aplicación de permiso de viaje para las personas con DACA? Ahorita, 4 a 5 meses. I will be Connecticut for AOS, indication of time there. Chris, if you go to uscis.gov, just scroll down to processing times, click 485 in Connecticut and Hartford, it will tell you. Can you answer me in English, please? Enunciado. My case number is not your current unnamed plaintiff. Simo, we believe, and we will be arguing for named plaintiffs to get taken out of order. Yes, we will. It's up to the judge. I love that. Brother from another mother. Well, you're a good-looking man. I'll take that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What do you think will happen January regarding the DACA hearing? January 19th, DACA. Which DACA hearing are you referring to, Leda? That's not one of my cases. All right, we've got. Yes, the judge does have the power to order visa reissuance because it's not illegal. It's not. And we'll give him the information on that. Okay. Let's see. I answered a lot of these questions. We've got a few minutes left here. Is it possible tomorrow to result in reversing the proclamation? No, Sammy, it will not. Not tomorrow. Let's see. Last question. Please, sir, ask the judge tomorrow to make exception. It's weird. You're about to get yourself banned. You can't ask that question more than once. You're welcome, Chris. All right. Gracias a todos. Thank you for everybody for listening today on our podcast or on our video here. We'll be back tomorrow with Greg and Jeff and Aaron and Luke and others to talk about the status conference in Milligan. So all our Milligan plaintiffs, tune in tomorrow noonish. Be on the page. We'll start as soon as we get done, but no earlier than noon. Until then, y'all have a great day. All y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.